I've got some new wedges in my bag. Should we see what they're all about? Let's get stuck in. I haven't, have I? That is close. So Cleveland RTX Zipcore. So I was RTX 4 before these. Been using them for a while. We've got some different shapes on the back. We've got a little bit of trying to move centre of gravities, I think they're going to say, to try and encourage better kind of distance controls and those kind of things. And often talking about grooves, aren't they, RTX? What we're going to do, let's kick this video off. Let's see exactly what Cleveland are saying about this wedge. So Cleveland is saying they tore back the flagship RTX wedge to go and rebuild it from the inside out. So ZIPCORE, it shifts the CG while raising MOI. So in effect, it's going to move the CG to try and help control distance through better spin control, and moving the CG in theory to try and help you get better distance control. Again, almost slightly more hit shots. Again, what a wedge can do in that department, lots of it's going to be about you. The grooves, these grooves are sharper, deeper and narrower. They bite harder, channels more debris, and they're closer together for more groove contact per shot. So again, always trying to maximize spin control. Again, your strike's going to be the big player in that one. So the new heat treatment, a blast of heat, Cleveland is saying, is going to help the durability of the wedge. Obviously try and keep that spin constant for more and more games, hopefully giving you more time to enjoy the wedge is what they're saying. Oh, literally, is that in? Oh no, it's literally right on the lip. The trouble with these wedges is they just come up a little bit short. So for me, down by the ball, I love the shape. I mean, I used to use RTX wedges before any deals that I had with any manufacturers, actually, which is quite interesting. I always think people often forget that. You don't see the thicker top line, and obviously we've seen this from other manufacturers. Vokey's did this and stuff like that. So this, I wouldn't say this is anything new, and it's very hard to test, which we'll show you as we do the numbers later on. I see a very pretty classic Cleveland shape, slightly rounded leading edge, which I really like. You got plenty of options as well. I'll bring the options up, so lofts and bounce, those kind of things. And yeah, you're getting a wedge that for me, down by the ball, looks as good as anything I would want to play. That inspires such confidence. Now with performance, as you'll see, we'll play a couple more holes and hit it, chip it and pitch it, those kind of things, and you'll see from the data, unfortunately when it comes to wedges, because the strike is so oblique, because there is so much deflection off a face, you will always be the biggest overrider over any tech. Your consistencies and inconsistencies with this club, no matter how good you are, will just be there with all this kind of grass and wet getting stuck in between the ball and the face, those kind of things. But as you can see from Cleveland, they're doing everything they can to try and make you as consistent as you can be. But as we all know, there's a big limit to that, certainly with wedges. Got a 52 and a 58 in my bag. This is my 58, and the feel off the face is kind of no different, I would say, to anything Cleveland I've played in the past, and to be honest with you, any other wedge I've played in the past. It just feels nice, it just feels solid, it feels medium and soft at the same time, depending on where you strike it. If I hit one with my 52, it's not really the shot here, but just try and run one in. I do like the blend of shape, again, between 52 and 58. I think it's a nice blend. They work really well together. You get a slightly straighter edge in the 50 there at the back compared to the slightly more rounded here in the 58, which obviously this then blends with my pitching wedge a bit more, because as you see, if I put my pitching wedge down there, we see a straighter leading edge again. So there's a lovely blend between these wedges which allow you to work them into sets of clubs, which is really what you're after, isn't it, with your wedge? You want feel, you want precision and consistency as much as you can put in, like I said earlier, and you want the looks to be in the right place, similar to like a putter. Got to blend with your other 9-iron wedges, gap wedges, lob wedges, those kind of ideas. The shape, it's kind of perfect for me. Again, 3 relatively nice wedge approaches. Bring people doing this work. Let's move on. Yeah, let's hear those comments down below. What's making you choose your wedge? Brand alliance, trust in a name, shape, colours, like what is it? Down there, love to hear. Wind into off the left a little, let's go low 52. Then we've got a fun little game inside while checking out some of the dry ball data. Yeah, nice. Feels good. So let's do a good old-fashioned nearest the pin, shall we? 10 shots, and I'm at the beautiful 7th here at Pebble Beach. So I'm going to take on the PGA Tour average from this distance, which for the 2019 season, we can see here, it was 13 foot 2 inches Keegan Bradley. Let's take that on. I'm going to use my 58. So it's 98 yards, 95 yards, but it's 27 foot down. So it's playing about 90 yards, which will just be a nice 58 in theory for me. Take on these tour averages. We'll also look at the numbers, spin and all the rest of it at the end to see what I get out of it. Not bad for a Duffy start. I think the fun thing with the tour averages is you've got to remember that Keegan's numbers there are every approach shot. I think it's 75 to 100 yards, so that'll be out rough, sloping lies, into wind, downwind, very different greens each time. I'm on a flat lie. Everything's controlled and in fact easy. Shows you how impressive their approach play can be. Post comments down below, do you reckon I'll get near that tour average, bearing in mind how controlled and in theory simple this one is compared to theirs? Down there, let's hear ya. Just got to get it a bit more up the left, haven't I? Good distance control. Again, for me, the shape of these is what I'm buying into. We'll show you the numbers at the end with spins and alike. But you're going to find, again, it varies subject to how I'm striking it on so much with a lofted club. Better. Like I said, outside the feels no different. Inside it feels solid, it feels good. Feels like I'm going to get out what I put in, which is everything you want from any golf club, to be honest. No surprises. Go on, get up. Oh, lovely one to finish. Let's look at those numbers then. How did I do? We're spinning at around 9,534 healthy spins, average 93 yards, and my proximity was 12 foot 11 inches. So Keegan at 13.2, not from the controlled environment that I'm playing from, is pretty amazingly impressive, isn't it? That is so good, because like this is, I would say 10 times easier, and I've got 10 repeated goes dialed in. He's hitting one every, well, I don't know what the stats are, he's probably hitting one every 7 to 20 shots, isn't he? One of these shots. They're definitely pretty good, aren't they? Post comments down below, let me know what do you think of the new wedges from Cleveland. I'm loving the shape. I've been gaming them for a while and I'm enjoying what they look like, what they feel like. Again, what do you want from a wedge? What do you look for when you're buying a wedge? Let me know down there. As always, is it something you'll try or not? I've just realised Keegan would have been using an RTX for that stat, wouldn't he? That's awkward, isn't it?